Yo, this is CalOne the God, aka the Chef with the long hair, doing the things I do right here on Sidebar Chronicles 2021 Talk Edition. I got no other than my brother Thanos. He got all the Infinity Stones holding down the West Coast. My bro, BiGG DeeMo. What's good, brother?
Ain't too much, man. You know what we do. We get on this mic, discuss this life, and see what we got going on globally. And I'm just happy to be here after all the craziness that COVID brung us and surgeries and whatnot. So, we're just in here doing our thing. What's good? What you got?
So yo, I'm all right, man. Been holding it down. I did like a cross country trip, like the Griswolds and shit, going all the way to motherfucking Texas and all that, coming back, going through all these places and doing this during COVID. You know what I'm saying? But we was blessed and we was safe. You know what I'm saying? I went to go see a lot of properties and do that. But that's neither here nor there. This thing right here is about you, and this is a long time coming because we've been working together for quite a few years. And you're my production. You know what I'm saying? And what you do is what I do. And what I do is what you do. And it's crazy
That's
because we
fair.
just had like we like coincide with each other and we just rock. And really when you find out when you doing situations with people, when you enter situations, but we got years in this. You know what I'm saying? I can't even count how much shit we did. So I want to get your take, on from the day, you know what I'm saying? Because like I believe we was talking before the Bodak Yellow shit. Remember the Bodak Yellow freestyle?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, that was on my radio. That was a hot
Yeah,
16.
yeah. There was someone introduced us, and I can't remember who it was, but they had heard some music and sent me your way for a quick little. I don't know if it was meet and greet or interview, real quick, and we did that. And then you told me to head over to the .com, and I did. And then I
Right.
seen that the contest was going. I asked you about it, and you said go ahead and just get in it. I didn't quite know the rules, but as soon as I got to be it, I don't know what number I was, but I went in there, did what I had to do,
Yeah, you went in there.
slayed it, and then you
You
know,
should. You
I,
won. You just never come back to the room, dog. You
yeah.
won.
So yeah, by default I won, but then someone else had to get it because I'm just a busy guy, so I just slayed it and left. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll get it, and then I remember I got the call a few days later. You were asking me to join the team just because the song
Absolutely.
and when we had talked the whole personality thing, and we just clicked from there, and it's been friendship and business, for the last 7 years or so.
Absolutely. And I'm happy because I mean, we throughout all the stuff we did, I always kept saying, "Demo, yo, bro, I need to interview you. I need to interview you. I need to interview you like a fucking broken record." And we never got to it. It was always something. So, sitting down right now with you, I can appreciate you and I can appreciate all you've done because, like, over the years, I've watched what you've done. And then to have a chance over the last couple of months to sit back and watch it again and to watch you work with artists and do shit, I'm impressed. I'm a fan. And I got to tell you,
Appreciate it.
uh, what I want to ask you first and foremost is right now, you've been an artist so long, so I'm not going to ask you the stupid artist question like who influenced you or whatever. Negative. All right? We're not doing that. Right now, as an artist, and you're seeing what's going on right now and the genre of music and how it's changed and where it's going, what do you see yourself fitting in with what's going on right now? You got the drill, you got the trap. I seen you recently take it to another direction. Like, where you going with it?
You know what? That's the one thing I learned early on in music. If it sounds good, let it fly. And then um, that was my second contract. I learned that from my mentor or owner for that label. And then even the great John Ritter once said to me, like, no matter what, good or bad, that said, don't buy into it. Just keep working. So that's all I've done is just try to keep working and come up with different ways. Like the thing about the music game in any genre is it's saturated now. Everybody can country sing. Everybody can, rap. Everybody could, do pop. And it's because they have all these different programs that'll make an average
Right.
person a star. They have all these programs that'll save your life if you're messing up or you're off key. And So now everybody just like, you know what? I have an idea. That's what it is. You're really just selling ideas for the most part, and these ideas become hits or whatever. And I just think like for me, I'm always lyrically gonna be the same. You know, I'm always gonna entertain and storytell. I know we don't have to go over so much influence, but like when I was young, just having all those Fat Boy, Rakims, Cool G Rap, and Polo, the KRS-One tapes, Native Tongues, stuff like that was heavy influence. I wasn't even allowed to listen to West Coast music till I got a little bit older, just because of how crazy it was, you know. So I learned how to rhyme scheme early.
And it was crazy. It was definitely crazy. And I can appreciate hearing that from you because, like I said, in the last 7 years or so, we've been dealing with each other. I've even watched you evolve as an artist and say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. So,
Yeah.
what made you decide not to do what everybody else is doing, which was basically, the things that's getting a lot of artists out here killed, the music, the genre, and the back and forth beat line and all this dumb shit. What made you say you're not going to do that? You're going to do this over here?
Well, first of all, I just didn't make my every single album that. You know what I mean? I didn't make every single album about one type of genre or sound, and it's because I do have those corner music. I used to be heavy into gangbanging and all that stuff, so I have those tracks, but I also know I got blessed with a mind. So I tend to do my Royce to 5'9" or Crooked Eye type thing or Joe Budden type thing, where them dudes are from blocks, they're from streets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right. Right.
they're gifted at what they do, and I just always want to push the envelope. And even with like the beats I'm making, like I end up coming up with a sound that was kind of like boom bap meets like trap. You know what I'm saying? So it might sound like a boom bap drum kit, and then the bass line and sounds is gonna be from the trap, and it works in a lot of cases. But just I bounce back and forth too. I do just straight boom bap with live bass, and or I just trap it out. Right now I'm currently
Right.
mixing some old school tracks that I bought licensings for, from Lionel Richie to Aretha Franklin. So I'm taking a lot of those records and just
Right.
like just
That's
having
dope.
at it.
And
You know what I'm
now,
saying? But it came to a
I'm
point. It came to a point where I was just like, enough of these kids were dying, and that's not what the music's about. You're supposed to be able to tell a story or something you heard. We take Tupac's like Brenda's Got a Baby. That wasn't his story. He's just a storyteller in that. But then there's other songs like All Eyes on Me, where it was close to his heart, and he went crazy on the track, but he was being honest. You know what I'm saying? He was being efficient with it, and that's just kind of where it is. Like it doesn't take all that killing and all that craziness to get your point across. And I think when all these kids started dying over this music, what you have to understand is when you become an artist, you're done. You're done with most of what you've known. And it's because you're not going to be wearing suits and ties. You're not going to be showing up to meetings and award shows. And, I'm not trying to speak for anybody else's career, but it's a known fact, like a Jeezy or Snoop Dogg, they don't live those lives no more, but they've lived it long enough that they always have pages of their life that they can pull from and write about. These kids want to get
right.
out here and prove they're really living the life all the time, and it's getting them caught up. They're getting hit at every corner, and it's like it's one thing to tell a story, but then you're out here being boastful about killing, being boastful about shooting up neighborhoods. That ain't cool, man. When was that ever cool? Like back in our day, if we had a pistol shoot, it was for protection, man. It was hard to get down the next block. And but the first thing we want to
Right.
do was knuckle up. Like, bro, if you got a problem with me, throw your hands. Let's see what you got. Because I'll knock you
Mm-hmm.
out and keep it moving before I shoot you. And it just got to the point where these kids, they just losing their mind over simple stuff. Like you don't even okay, so what? You got a Mac, you got a Mac 11. You can go rob somebody for the treasure and the necklace. Cool. That was happening with run-ups. We was doing that in the 80s. You
Right.
was snatching
Right.
your
Right.
chain
Right.
and
Right.
just punching your chin in, and you couldn't do nothing about it. But now you want to make sure they can never do nothing again. What is that about? Like I'm not with that, bro. So it kind of like forced me for a little bit just to go back to the boom bap sound, because it's
Right.
like if I'm gonna
Right.
promote this trap sound, like I'm promoting one of these kids and think that they're gonna write something killer and something like that just happened yesterday about killing, and that's not the way you want to do it. That's not setting the example for the future. And most of these kids, they don't care about tomorrow. And like who made them that way? I don't know if it's because modern day parents become people who depend on the TVs and YouTube to
Right.
babysit their
Right.
kids,
I
and
totally understand.
you know what I'm saying. There's not enough God, I guess. I don't know what it is, but it's like, yo, like we all go through hard
Yeah.
times. We all go through crazy times. There's times we feel, nuts about stuff. Take DMX. He's one of the most honest rappers we ever had, and he passed. He still was struggling and fighting, and it's like those are pages from his life, but he wasn't out there killing. He would tell you what he would do if you cross the line, which you would do. But no man would really do that. No man's about to get on the mic and tell on himself. It was always spoken in the past, and these kids like, I just did this last night with the homies, hood rat things with my friends, blah blah blah. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So yeah, that's kind of where I went.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Where I grew up at, and where I come from, you know, it's a code, basically a code of honor. And when I say the code of honor, you're never telling on what you did, and you're not telling nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Everything has its place, and sometimes when you're doing certain things you're not proud of, whatever it is that might happen, you're not really glorifying that or bringing that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through more shit than a toilet bowl.
Yeah,
But guess what? If anybody see me and they know me, you wouldn't think that, and that's what I want you to think. I don't want you to see, what you're not supposed to see. That's personal, and
I
that's
want you to think I'm a
past
square.
sins. I don't know about that one, but I hear you. You know what I'm saying? I want you to think I'm an asshole. I pick asshole over square. I'm good with asshole. But to my point, and with everything that's going on, you don't tell on yourself. You don't glorify negativity. And what you do is, depending on what you went through in life, you take your time and you reverse it. Okay, so I did X, Y, and Z. None of this shit was good. What can I do that's good? All right, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna do something for the community. I'm gonna do something for the kids. I'm gonna do something for people that wouldn't expect you to do something for them. You know what I'm saying? Even though they may not know you as a bad guy, they just know you as a person. And people just don't get up every day and go do nice shit for other people. You know what I'm
It's
saying? I don't give
rare.
a fuck who you
It's
are. You know what
rare.
I'm saying? It's very rare, but I've always been one of those people. I've helped my community. I've
Have to.
given people stuff. I've done good things as you have. And to me, that's what it's about. So the music, to me, the turn off with the music is the attitude behind the music, because now they know they can put out. Well, I sat and fought on my couch, and that shit is going platinum. They're gonna get all this money from the stream. They're gonna get all this money. So to me, it's no respect for the money. It's like I'm putting out a product that's half-assed, but because I know the money is out here, I'm gonna get paid regardless. How about if you take a project that and you deal with it serious and you get it right, and don't do what everybody else is doing, but do you and find your lane. I can respect the streams coming from that. And DeeMo, you have my utmost respect when you was like, yo, I'm not doing this type of music no more. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not glorifying that, glorifying this and that. And so, it didn't strike me as strange. It struck me as, you know what? We've matured, we've grown up, and we're not about the bullshit taking lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both been in mad situations that we can't even talk about.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
But we both still here to talk about it. In a sense where
A few times.
we could both say, you know what? We could say, you know what? Let's do these 10 positive things over here to the left. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it there and leave it there, as opposed to, what's out here and what everybody's doing. Now, you got to remember, the biggest form of flattery is imitation. And there have been many who have imitated and tried to do what we're doing or what's going on. And some people are doing a great job and things of that nature. But I know that what we've done has rubbed off on so many people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad about it, but I'm a guy that believes in strength in numbers. What's your take?
Well, I want to touch back on what you were saying about like the whole maturity thing. Like we check out like the guys ahead of our time right now. First of all, Cool Herc just had a birthday. He's still spinning and lifting weights like he's 20, and it's good to see that type of stuff and that the community showed him love. But it's like you take Jay-Z, you take Nas, like the investments they're making now. It's not even about so much the music anymore. They always have that because they conquered that. But now like they're making deals. They're working with each other on like DJ Khaled's album. They're investing in like crypto stuff. I think Jay-Z just dropped like a workout at home. He invested in somebody's workout at home, progression
And he
workout.
just sold title too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you take something, make it monumental, and then flip it. Like, we're trying to show the next generation the business moves you need to make out of music. Because I could tell you, for one, like, even still getting checks from music, it's not what you think it is. Everybody want to be a star, and it's not what you think it is if you don't have other things going. And but the thing is, the money today is just like the NFL or any other sport. They're getting paid just to be viewed, and that's what the kids, they can going
Absolutely.
back to what you said. I'm on the couch at this party. It's going platinum, dog. That's my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
You
gonna go
already know.
platinum because
You already know.
they're getting paid for the views, and even if somebody dislikes it, it counts as a view. Even if somebody, they're about to get a check now
Right,
from
because
YouTube.
you
They're
fucking
about,
press the button and you fucking
yeah,
look.
bro. Look, take Takashi. So, hey, bro, there's nobody that bangs his stuff around me, like in my neighborhood. But he's got all these other people who's playing it, and people just want to see what he's saying, what he's doing. It's not even that you're even tight. People just want to see. Everything's about viewership these days. This is why we switched from the radio station to doing Zoom, because it's about the viewership. People want to see who they're dealing with, what's
They want
going
to see the
on.
product. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They want to see the product. They want
absolutely.
to know. They want to know what you're doing, what you're about, and this is actually a podcast for Sidebar Chronicles Talk, which is in the New York Underground Radio group.
Yeah,
And what we want to do is we want to speak to the people in the group about regular everyday shit. We're telling them, look, what I'm saying, we want to talk to you. And it seems like everybody don't want to have no drawers on at the same time. I'm like, one of you motherfuckers put on a pair of drawers and talk to us. Don't be scary. You know what I'm saying? We got a few things going on. But I want to talk to regular everyday folks. Like, when I
that's
go
legit.
online, I go looking at shit. If I'm not learning from something, I'm just seeing what's going on. For me, it's like the same repetitive shit as far as with the celebrities and different people. They're telling the same story different time. These are the same. Like, what the fuck are you doing now? You know what I'm saying? And this is something to mention. Our co-host for Citywide / Sidebar Chronicle Sports, Anthony Pell. All right, we know
Yes,
what the proverbial monkey in
big
the,
ant.
in the room is. He was a big time athlete. But when we get together, when we talk, we're not talking about none of that. We're talking about, like, what you doing now? Well, I got this art, I got this, I got
Yeah,
this.
and my man's is
You know
dope.
the motherfucker.
He's dope.
Besides whatever it is that's going on, and even going back to Mr. Roger, or Roger Green in particular, Mr.
Yeah,
Roger,
Roger Green.
his interview with us was so compelling. We let that shit rock for almost 3 hours, bro.
It did
It
rock
was
for
crazy.
3 hours. I had to edit it. It was the longest edit in my life.
It was. That was like the best interview, and I've done hundreds of interviews. You've done hundreds of interviews, even as an artist. But as like in our position, it was so good because he told what a lot of people want to hear about what happens when you're on tour, when you're making records, you're dealing with like big time artists and big time interviews. We'll get Mr. Roger back, and
Right.
definitely him.
And the thing is, he was perfect at what we needed. He was detailed, but he didn't tell on nobody. He was detailed, but he didn't tell no secrets or nothing like that, and that's what we needed. Yeah.
It was a great interview. So
These
we'll
kids
get him.
today, they telling.
Yo, you already know. He held it down because, like I said, we from the same hood, know all the same people.
Yeah.
And like I said, I went to industry parties with him. I'm hanging out with Montel Jordan. What's the model name? What's the name?
Tyson
what's
Beckford.
Yeah.
Tyson Beckford. A young Tyson
We all hung
Beckford.
out. We had the cypher. We got high. We did what we did. Was all the females, everything. Shit was loaded. You got Karis, one mad like you got mad different people. Channel Live. The shit was lit. Like we hung out. We did mad video shoots and all that. But I had never, like, we were friends, so I had never sat down with him and actually asked him, like, Roger, how the fuck did you get this hit song on the radio? How did you do this?
Right.
How do you have those? You have those platinum things back there behind. You got these Grammy nominated. How did you do that? And without us really asking him, he told us. So for me, it was education on the industry and from where everybody started, because a lot of people we knew that he dealt with, I knew them before he knew them. And to me, you find your lane and you get into it. And what I appreciate most about you, DeeMo, and watching you probably like the last, especially maybe 3 months, I appreciate what you bring to music and what you do. You know what I'm saying? You come on the track, you make the track right. I'm not saying the track wasn't right, but it sounded better once you got your shit off and got your point. You know what I'm saying? You made the people pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing about nobody else. You already know how I feel about it. And for me, if you could get my attention as a fan, and I'm looking and I'm like, and I had already heard it, but we had so much shit going. You sit back and you listen to it again, you're like, yo, this dude is talented. And I appreciate your talent.
Appreciate
I
it.
want to tell everybody that's out there watching it, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate doing this interview with you, my brother, but we got other shit to do at 6:55 p. the motherfucking M. That will be 3:55 p.m. West Coast, bro. We got to go.
We got
Any
to go,
parting
man.
comments?
You know what? The thing
Parting
is,
comments, bro. You got any parting comments? Any
yeah, I
parting
do.
comments?
I do. I'm challenging our big old room full of talented other people at the NewYorkUnderground.com. I mean, we see you guys. We just like allowed something like 156 people over the last 3 days to like come in. So, you know, my biggest challenge, you guys need to open up, man. You guys make the room tick. You guys always got funny memes and funny videos to post now come to life, so we can get it back cracking the way it was before COVID, man. We had big time things going on before that, and we want to bounce back. And now that we got all these new people, 25,000 or more people, like, you guys need to come on in when we call you up and interview. We would love to hear your take on life and everything else that's going on. It's really simple, man. You get on the phone and you tell your best friend all the time. We're your best friends.
Come talk to us. Tell me why you chose not to brush your teeth yesterday. I want to know because I'm petty. But I'm gonna say this. This is CalOne the God, aka the Chef with the long hair, and I got my boy Thanos, aka the Master of the Infinity Stones, BiGG DeeMo here. We're gonna sign out right here on this version, this first episode of Sidebar Chronicles Talk. All right, because it ain't sports. Me and DeeMo don't even get to the sports because he's a fully recorded athlete as well. And if you say something about his sister, he's coming to get you real fast.
I'll cut you. I'll cut you, Brooklyn Brawler style.
He's running that 4-3 easy. You got a 4-3 easy. All right, so we're gonna chop it up. I appreciate you talking to me finally after all these years and having me doing this. So DeeMo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We got about 99 more episodes to do, so let's get cracking, God. I'm gonna tell everybody out there. Peace.